We have a replay from Rindless on Kislev versus Tzeentch, who is apparently piloted by AC Moore. That's pretty cool. Cool. Yeah, good, cool. All right, do we have a Chariot Blob? No, we have Winged Lancers, a Patriarch, Gestalten, Frostmaiden of Ice with Heart of Winter and Ice Breath, and then we have Armored Kossars, Streltsy mixed in with Kossars with Spears, so a big ol' infantry push with a little cav component. For Tzeentch, double Soul Grinder of Tzeentch, we have Kairos Fate Weaver with Blue Fire and Regrowth, Blue Horrors, Blue Horrors, Blue Horrors, Blue Horrors, Blue Horrors, 1 Pink Horror, 2 Chaos Knights, and a Flamer. I love the Chaos Knights of Tzeentch. They're very good. And, like, I don't think they're that toxic of a unit. Sure, they have the Tzeentch barriers, but I don't know. I love heavy cav being effective, and for some reason these guys are, when most other cav in this game suck. So I'll take it. Regardless, Blue Fire getting cast at a forest is bold. A lot of them will get blocked by trees. As you can see, it didn't get that much damage in. So yeah, don't cast your missile spells at trees. Doesn't usually work. A little bit of a skirmish phase, it looks like, so we'll just get on with it. Quick trades of fire. Gestalten and his Winged Lancers are going to get involved with some Chaos Knights. It looks like something terrible has happened to them because these Chaos Knights haven't even lost their shields, and the Winged Lancers have been murdered. Even with 40 melee attack, they now start to trade back onto the Chaos Knights, but they don't have great armor-piercing values or anti-large. They really don't have much in this fight. This whole grinder versus Tzeentch will come over, and this is a disaster for Kislev on this side. Front lines have been going much better for them, but this back area is a huge problem. Both Winged Lancers are getting murdered. 1 Chaos Knight has taken half health, 1 is still full health, and meanwhile, you know, these guys are like dead. Double Soul Grinder in here bumping as well, and Gestalten might want to get away while he can. The infantry support for Kislev is pushing up. We have 2 wounded Blue Horrors of Tzeentch, 1 perfectly healthy one, which means 2 have died out there already. The Flamers are okay. Quick little fast forward. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Chaos Knights bouncing out. They now need to start disrupting the ranged assets, it looks like, but they do get into a little bit of a blob, allowing the Streltsy and Armored Kossars to shoot in at them. Regular Kossars. Sorry about that. They will start to run away now. They're going to take a lot of damage on their retreat. It looks like they will get a Regrowth cast on one of them. There it is. Regrowth on one of them, just trying to keep them alive. Lenorm knows that they could be valuable in this battle, even if a head-on assault isn't going to work. Heart of Winter gets cast, trying to help with the fight against the double Soul Grinders. So surprisingly, Gestalten and the Patriarch are doing okay in this fight, which is surprising me a little bit. Flamers of Tzeentch try to help out, end up shooting their own guys a little bit. It's okay, it's fine. The infantry of Kislev pushing up is a big problem for Tzeentch, though. He either needs to commit these... Yeah, he does need to commit these Chaos Knights to the backfield, really just charging around and disrupting them, because the slow push is going to be the death of them. Blue Horrors of Tzeentch are having issues. Flamers can't get a good angle on those infantry, and they're also outranged by them, so they're just getting pushed back constantly, and that's going to be an issue. Pink Horrors should turn and fire. They're going to get caught by these bears. Might as well get out what measly damage you can. And it was none. They're going to die. Double Chaos Knights will charge over, but they should learn their lesson by now. They aren't going to do any damage to Gestalten and the Patriarch. They're not single entity killers. They don't have anti-large. They don't have armor piercing. They need to stop all these ranged assets. Slow push from Kislev continues. Frostbite is cast on these Chaos Knights to slow them down a little bit. I see some firing orders coming in from Armored Kossars and from the regular Kossars with Spears, but the Streltsy are the real things you have to worry about as these Chaos Knights. You're not as worried about the small arms fire of some random guys that are never going to get it off in time. More small arms fire coming in, but the Streltsy are teeing off into some of the Chaos Knights. You can see models falling in the back there. And they are even going to get orders on the Soul Grinders. So, it is Tzeentch's single entities and heavy cav versus a shitload of Kislevite infantry. I'm going to double speed a little bit, as on the far side we see some Kislevite infantry take the fight to the Blue Horrors. They will probably win that. The Chaos Knights of Tzeentch are running around doing their best to now start disrupting the backline, but a lot of these Kossars do have spears or heavy armor. Double Soul Grinders back to fighting Gestalten and his friend, and they're just going to infinitely heal through it. They don't really give too many shits at all. Streltsy took a lot of damage from Kairos Fate Weaver casting a spell on their side, but they'll be okay. In the meantime, Flamers and Blue Horrors of Tzeentch are getting cornered by those Kislevite infantry. They will all die. That corner is entirely sacrifice. Pink Horrors are alive, but there's so few of their models that even if they were a good unit, which they aren't, they won't do anything. Kastalden's heal cap. That is actually kind of a big deal. It's kind of a big deal. We do have a Patriarch running around still doing some good work, and these Chaos Knights of Tzeentch are hanging on to the last man because they're just chads. Okay. Back to Kastalden and his Patriarch friend fighting that Soul Grinder one-on-one. Blue Fire misses. Kastalden takes a nasty charge from Kairos. And it looks like he is going to die. Yes, he does die. Without him, the Kislevites leadership starts failing. Now, this pocket we talked about is fully cleared out. One Chaos Knight is running off the map. It's only 237 health. It'll probably rally. We can even see it as positive leadership already. But its shield is going to suck because your shield is based off of your max health. So, 237, not good. One Chaos Knight is doing okay, roughly 1/3 health left, which is pretty good for this point in the game. And that pink horror unit is so low on models, it's not actually worth even discussing. Patriarch is a little caught out. Some of these Kislevites infantry in the back do have to come up and help. But we've seen a lot of games being replayed recently where it just comes down to Kairos Fate versus a bunch of infantry, and he cannot deal with that at all without Pendulum, which hopefully won't be bugged for very much longer, because he does deserve a crowd-clearing spell, just not one that's literally bugged. Pink Horse are going to get killed off by the Patriarch and the Tempest. Maiden. Wait, no, that is a Frost Maiden. There was a Gaze of Fate on the Patriarch, lowering his melee attack by 40 and also netting him in place for just a moment. Some of the Kislevites infantry that still have ammo are going to stop and shoot for just a little bit and get good damage onto the Chaos Knights. Don't know if it'll be enough. Now, the real problem here is without Blue Fire's spam, Kairos will have a very, very hard time taking out these two single entities, and so will Chaos Knight pals. Chaos Knights are much better at clearing out tons of infantry, which they've been doing all game long. They accidentally walk back into the heart of winter, taking a little bit of damage before they get frostbitten, slowing them down even more. Kislev infantry have formed a semicircle and are all just going to take turns shooting in at the Chaos Knights as best they can, who have actually gotten close to heal capping due to Kairos giving them a couple of regrowths every so often. Though I do think this is over. As the Chaos Knights rout, it is just Kairos Fate Weaver and an awful lot of infantry to fight him. Chaos Knights come back, and ooh, Kairos gets a nice Blue Fire plus charge combo onto the Patriarch, killing him, but I still don't think it's enough because of just all these infantry. And Armored Kossars even have armor-piercing damage, I thought? No, okay, these aren't Armored Kossars. Great, it was just Armored Kossars. Still, there's an awful lot of them. Quick little spell trying to hurt the Chaos Knights of Tzeentch, who are now even closer to their healing cap than they were before. Frostmaiden Device is still fighting Kairos Fate Weaver. A little bit more poke damage. Poke, 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 poke. Army ability of Tzeentch coming in. Again, it's saved a lot. I don't know about that. I really just like the Winds of Magic boost you get from the Tier 1 Tzeentch ability. But a lot of Tzeentch players use it, so maybe there's something to it I don't know about. Chaos Knights fighting. They have 13 models left, 1,300. The value, the damage is not the damage, is the health. Blue Fire of Tzeentch gets a little bit of friendly fire onto them while trying to hit the Frostmaiden of Ice, and even a Bolt of Change comes in just to nuke down some more of the Armored Kossars. But these Chaos Knights are not looking healthy. Still a lot of Kislevites, and there they go. They finally rout, leaving Kairos to fight in melee combat with a whole bunch of people. Starts to get poked down. These Chaos Knights are probably going to rally, but it will be too little, it will be too late before they can get back to Kairos, who is currently trying to hunt down the Frostmaiden device. She's doing okay for herself, and Doom Knights will get one last rear charge, one last little moment of glory before they get whittled away, and I think this is their last break. Yep, they shatter this time, leaving it just Kairos and a bunch of infantry, though the infantry get another Bolt of Change onto them, and they're not loving it. There's one Armored Kossar who still has, like, full HP, and that's largely it. No one has any ammo left. Birds fighting, birds fighting, birds fighting, birds fighting, birds chasing some stuff off. Some Kislevites are rallying. Birds fighting. He has 2,180 HP left underneath that shield of his. Birds fighting, birds fighting, birds fighting, birds fighting. He's fighting. He's really trying to take him out. He takes any opportunity he can to chase a rallying unit that's not this big blob of Kossars so he can get another charge into him. But he's all out of units to run to. His leadership's at 21, so he's not crumbling yet. These Armored Kossars, they were so healthy, I doubt they've used their Kislevite Unbreakable passive, which could be a big problem. They're the only thing left on the battlefield, so Kairos can't leave. He has to stay in combat. He's stuck here. A little bit of bump, a little bit of grind. 1,300. 11 still-ish, taking a lot of little shots. Kossar's still fighting. 10 leadership, 800 damage value. It's 1 versus 60. Balance power is about even now. It's starting to realize that maybe he doesn't have a lot left in the tank. And I'm pretty sure these guys still have their Kislevite passive. There, he starts to crumble. That will take him out. So Kislev will win it. That was looking close. 2,600 on Gestalt and 1,600 on the Caster, 1,800 on the Patriarch. Wing Lancers just did jack diddly shit. Streltsy did fine. Armored Kossars did well. And the regular Kossars did pretty well as well. Good job, Kislev Infantry. Kairos Fate Weaver, 3,500. Soul Grinders, mixed value, but overall pretty good. Chaos Knights of Tzeentch, mixed value, but overall pretty good. Flamer, Pink Horror, Blue Horrors. I mean, the Blue Horrors kind of necessary as chaff. Pink Horrors I've talked about to death, so you know how I feel about that. Flamers, it's hard when against the hybrid faction where most things will outrange you. They will just get shot. And that's a good game.